it's going to be hard to go inside from the outskirts. From inside,
guys, it all depends on your role. Okay, and the only way you're going to get.
Let's just try not to get to the central.
Right.
Let's try not to get to that main building at least.
Right.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So in that case, what we have here, I want to check the helping rules. There we go. That's actually pretty nice. They've got very generous helping rules. That's kind of nice to know, isn't it? So everybody, right, everybody roll your memory, and we will take the best roll, and then it gets one more column for everybody who gets passable or better.
I have 10.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
So I have
incredible.
Yeah.
Feeble.
Okay, keep going.
So
feeble.
Oh no.
Great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. Poor Max has only so many dice he has to cycle through. The 3? Okay.
I only have 3.
Yeah. Okay, so that puts us at 11, which is amazing.
Okay, we add them.
But I did get incredible.
Right, you got an incredible, but one other person got passable or better. So that bumps it by 1. Right. So, excellent. Albert, or Nathan, did you want to say something?
Sorry, no, I was just thinking with my hand.
Excellent.
Sorry.
Yeah. So it works. So what it means is everybody tries to remember and tries to focus, and with Nadia, with Claire's help, is able to keep the transmission, actually geographically aimed properly. So you end up actually, you say on the outskirts of that government building area, and if only I could find the map. Oh, there it is. That piece of paper was being completely annoying. So
that area that's marked with an 18, I think, is still governmental.
Yes. Oh, the church, really the tower is 8, not 18. Actually, the area that's marked 18 is it's a district, a neighborhood. So what you want is that road that goes straight up the center, and right after it branches off. So you are right up there with all of these different buildings scattered around the top of the hill. So those gray blobs with the dots, those are really big buildings. And I'm going to say there's lots of secondary buildings too. And then there's that road. So I'm going to actually put you right in that road at the very top, right at the place where there's one last road that goes away. So right next to the 3 building on the road. Right? Which is pretty much exactly what you wanted, in that you're on the outskirts, you're in the central government area, but you're not actually in the building, like in the council chamber or something like that. You're in an area where there is a crowd, or there's different people walking around. And that's a good thing. Nearly everybody there is a human, and that they are human, and they all have some kind of cybernetic implant. Some of them are cosmetic, and some of them are not. But nobody is unmodified. As I pointed out, the metal would be very cool if it were chrome, right? Very silvery looking and reflective. It's not. There's no chrome. And also the way they dress, because these are not like, soldiers out on patrol or out on some squad mission like the ones you saw. These people are dressed more casually and look like administrative or working clothes. And instantly, let me quickly check the possible skills. I really want you we really want to check on this one. Who has history? Anybody?
No.
So that means you will roll half your knowledge. the lower number for knowledge.
All of us?
Yeah.
Inferior.
Catastrophic.
Oh no.
Passable.
Passable. Go ahead.
I got a great 5, 6. Yeah, great. I got a great.
Wow. Okay, go on, Helma.
Feeble. Not
Okay.
that bad with 2 dice.
Yeah. Well, we do have a passable and a great. Let's start with the passable. To the other 3 characters, the other people, the clothes that individuals are wearing just look
I'm
really
walking off-
surrealistic and weird. Yeah, go ahead, Max.
Sorry, Ron. I'm walking off screen, but I still hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good. The clothes they're wearing look very strange, almost like surrealistic, like costumes. But to Albert, he says this is from a certain period. They're wearing like clothes from a particular historical point in the past. They're not really easily, he's not good enough. So it's like Albert doesn't know the difference between the 1970s, the 1960s, the 1950s, the 1940s well enough to pinpoint it. But it looks like something that doesn't look anything like modern Earth clothes, but it looks like from a particular period of Earth that you are not that familiar with, at least not enough to be really, identifying. And since Max can hear me, I'm going to say that Margaret's the one who gets it. With a roll of great, they're wearing clothes from the 1940s. The hats.
Okay.
Right? Just like the old noir films, Humphrey Bogart, the whole thing. The women are wearing those, 40s secretary outfits. All the women have blouses. Every single person has a hat. The women's hair is covered with a scarf or with a bonnet, and the men all have that same fedora, that same, or a rounder one that's round. It's called a derby, which is round and like a bowl on top. And so here you have all these like science fiction cyborg people walking around and looking like government servants or government, officials or administrators or secretaries, and a couple of policemen looking kind of characters. But they're wearing these kind of completely out of place,
Do they seem to be comfortable in this?
Yeah, they're wearing them. They're wearing them very. In fact, they're arrogant. They're arrogant the way they walk, the way they move.
So this was not like wear a crazy costume day in the office.
Exactly correct. Right. This is how they dress. Particularly the shoes. Shoes are really distinctive for every single period of history and every single culture. And these shoes are 1940s shoes for men and women. And in fact, it may even be very strange to see one of the few non-humans who is obviously some sort of hideously mutated creature into humanoid form walking along in pumps, which are these women's high-heeled shoes with a heel about that tall. Not really high, but like working high-heeled shoes. So it's a female character walking along with a 40s dress on and some sort of hideous froggy face, right? And a non-human body form, although walking upright, and wearing these ladies' shoes walking along. So you are like, whoa, okay, we've seen the ghetto, we've seen the hideous prison-like slum. Now we're seeing the government. We're seeing where the administrators are, and as for the body that you're in, I'm going to say that it's going to be. I wish there was a table I could roll on. Like for every region of the city, I wish I could roll and see like what body you were in. The game is begging for that. But yeah, you are going to find yourself in a woman's body wearing pumps on her feet, and built into her spine and running into kind of a set of metal bars or lines toward the front of her head from the back of her neck is some kind of an implanted device or now a body part. But otherwise, she doesn't have any cybernetic alterations. And she's, she stops walking just for a second as you open your eyes and you are in this woman's body. Everybody roll willpower just to see who ends up in charge.
We did not decide that I will be in charge?
You cannot decide.
Okay.
At this point,
We can.
you can give it to you at this point through agreement, but we find out who gets there by rolling.
4.
5.
Oh,
Passable.
no. Okay, passable. Helma? Catastrophic.
Great.
14.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Go ahead.
I said catastrophic basically described it, yes.
Exactly. Albert?
Good.
Good. Oh, of all people in the driver's seat, much to her horror, is Claire.
But
And Margaret might be able to tell you, thank God for small favors, you're in a female human body. So at least that particular adjustment doesn't have to get made.
That thought actually
Yeah.
hit me.
Yeah.
You're like, but you men are bad. I'm sorry, guys, but men are
Yeah.
bad. Women, that's what we need here.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
So
I
So-
get it.
right. So are you
But,
going
yeah.
to give control to Albert now? Right, like right away?
Just for a technical
Yeah.
clarification. When I'm in control, I'm using my own mind skills.
Yes, you use your own mind skills with your own attributes, just like you do when you're not in control. But for the body movements, you will use your skills and the body's attributes. So I would give
And
you,
this-
just like I did for Max, I'll give you the numbers for the body.
Wait a second with that. Oh, okay, I can write it down anyway.
Okay. Let me get to the proper one.
And then I'd probably like to try to roll something because I have a skill that's called etiquette,
Oh, good point.
which
Good point.
I
Yeah,
think
right.
may give me insight into how to
Absolutely.
act.
Give me just.
And
I'm
after
riffling
that, I'll
pages
try
here.
to get rid of this command feat.
but
You'll notice that whoever gets in command says, "Oh, sure, I'll give it up." Just a minute, though.
Uh,
but
I just want to
I
do
mean-
one thing.